Hey guys, this is our last day of our Nova Evolution Lab. I just want to point out a couple of things. First of all, we're completing mission 3 today, which I'll get to in a second. Tomorrow we're going to kind of review all of our evolution topics, and then on Friday we're going to have an assessment that's going to be taking place as our evolution test to kind of close out the unit, so next week when we start, we'll be fresh on ecology stuff. So today, when you click on our lab link, it should bring you here. Remember, you need to log in with your school Google account, because when you do that and you play game, it should pick up where you left off, and you should have mission 1 done and mission 2 done. And today we're going to be on mission 3. So if I click on mission 3, notice there's 3 steps to this, which correspond to the 3 questions in the Google form. Okay? So if I click on this first one, all of these are going to be dealing with DNA today. So you're going to see traits that says position C, or base C at position 2, base T at position 3, that kind of thing. So remember, in my DNA, I have A, T, C, and G, right? And positions just respond to what position in the DNA strand they're at. So remember, if animals have similar DNA patterns, they're most likely related or have a common ancestor. So I have 3 organisms here. If I click on, let me make this a little bigger. When I click on the magnifying glass, I can see descriptions for each of these organisms. If I select this one, it kind of compares it, and I can see the DNA patterns and what bases they have at what position right here in this nifty little chart. Okay. Another thing that's going to be helpful for you guys is if you click on this button right here where it shows the DNA. So if I click on that, I have that chart right up here. So I have this cichlid, I have this coelacanth, and I have this frog. And if this is position 1, this therefore is position 2, and this is position 3, right, the third column. So notice I see that all 3 of these have C in position 2, right? But only the last 2, the coelacanth and the frog, have T in position 3. So right away I'm looking at this and I should see that these last 2 organisms should be more closely related. So let's put all 3 of them in there, and I'm going to put the coelacanth and the frog kind of on the same branch because I know that they're closer related than the other one. So now I have to put my points on this chart again. So they all have C in the second position, so that should go to all 3 of them, which it does. And this one should go here. Now remember, if I was to place this right here, yeah, that would work. But notice I'm out of traits and this one still isn't complete. So I'm going to place that right here, and it should complete my cladogram, which it does. And notice I have this question here. Okay, let me drag this over. So the DNA sequence of the West Indian Ocean coelacanth is closest to which species? So what species is this going to be closest with? Well, if I look at this cladogram, I see that it's mostly related to the frog. So if I hit submit, I get it correct. So I said this yesterday or in the notes that this will tell you the correct answers, which is why you need to answer them correctly over here. Because if you are just going through this Google form and clicking any answer you want, I'll know that you didn't see this part of the lab. So it tells you the correct answers. It says that it's the Western clogged frog, so I'll mark that here and move on to the next one. Okay, so that's part 1. You move on to part 2. Similar thing, I have the DNA chart right here. Notice it gets a little bit more complicated, but same thing. Look at the comparisons, which ones are going to be more closely related, and then answer the other 2 questions, submit your Google form, and you're good. All right. email me if you have any questions.